Tristan Peterson here. I forgot to actually record round 2, so this is a replay of round 2. I'll comment as it goes. We'll just play it at normal speed. So I won the roll. Didn't know what he was playing. Kept this hand. Obviously now I'm putting him on red-green aggro. Still feel pretty good about the hand at this point. He goes Burning Tree in the Lightning Mauler, swing for 4. I drop the Godless, which is correct. Drops the Reckoner, swings for another 4. So I salvage here. The choice, I can't remember exactly which one I made. I think I took the Angel. Basically it was the Angel or Pilgrim. And then I'm faced the next turn, depending on what I draw, to either cast the Angel, use it as a blocker, or to wait and try to blink my Thragtusk. So, yep, took the Angel. He swings in, I flash in the Angel, block the Lightning Mauler. He rampages. At this point, I feel good about that draw. I drop Thragtusk, go to 10. So I'm feeling pretty good about the game. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, if push comes to shove, I can block. And then on Burial Rites, my Thragtusk. Ideally, I want to block the Lightning Mauler. And then take 5 here. If he rampages the Lightning Mauler, I still kill it with the Thragtusk. And then we go to another turn where we on Burial Rites, and we're basically feeling pretty good about the game at this point. He Searing Spears me, which I thought was interesting. Given his next play, you'll see why he did that. I just thought that was interesting that he speared me instead of the Thragtusk. So his next play, you'll see, is a Lightning Mauler, which is what he had in hand. So he knew he had lethal on the board then. He does the math correctly, swings in, attacks, and then block. So that's important because one of the next games that we'll watch, he actually does his math incorrectly. And he could have actually won the match. So we got to go back into our standard to go to round 2. Find me. Watch game 2 here. So, obviously I feel pretty good about this hand. I don't shock myself right away because 2 life is important. He's on the play, or he's on the draw, so I drop the Arbor Elf. Okay, I can block that Stromkirk. So he goes Burning Tree into Flint Hoof, attacks in. I feel comfortable blocking, trading my guy. My game plan when attacking these decks is mainly to basically run them out of cards, run them out of creatures. Their critical turns are like turns 3, 4, 5. If I can survive and stabilize after that point, then I'm probably going to win the match. I just want to kill as many creatures as possible, make them use as many cards in their hand as possible, and then I'll win the match with 1 Restoration Angel if need be. Most of the time, they know how their deck works, and they realize at what point they've lost. Kind of all in on those first turns. So he goes into Boros. So at this point, you know, I can Abrupt Decay the Flint of Boar if I wanted to. I could Abrupt Decay the Boros Reckoner. I've got Restoration Angel that can block. Let's see what choice I made. I'm sitting at 20 life. So I choose to Abrupt Decay the Boar, again operating with that game plan. I draw into Garrick, so rather than Sever, I just drop the Garrick and fight. This basically forces him to attack the Garrick the next turn, which he does. Interesting that he shocks there. He's just building a board again because rather than use this as a combat trick, when he doesn't have any creatures to use it as a combat trick on, it's just more important to get that board out there. So I Sever, keeping him at 1 creature, keeping myself alive for potentially 6 turns. He swings in. Rather than drop my Arbor Elf there, I decide to, I'm putting him on, and you see I already tapped. I was putting him on Pillar, Syrian Spear, maybe Skullcrack. He hadn't Traitorous Blood anything yet. Possibly he might have had that. He spears me to speed up his clock. Then swings for another 3. I choose to bring my Angel out, block. He gives it first strike, blows another Syrian Spear. So I'm okay with that. That's still a 1-for-1 on the card. At this point, I drew the Unburial Rites, so I can hard cast it next turn. I don't really have any real good targets. He drops Gore Clan. Swing, I take 3. We're going to, we salvage the end of turn. We take Tristani, which is, I had Forest there too. The good choice. I like seeing her. So we drop Tristani. She's really good in this matchup. So he drops Hellrider. So now this is key. Like, the next few turns for him are key because he has Hellrider, I have Tristani, so I'm gaining life, he's dealing me damage with Hellrider. So he attacks in all out. Knowing he probably has Pillar, I just block like that to try to prevent damage. I get a Cavern, I name Angel, so I attack. Then I blink my Tristani and go to 7. Okay, so here now I'm at 7 life. Before he attacks, he can do 3 off the top if he wants to attack with everything, taking me to 4. I would block by putting the Angel on the Hellrider and Tristani on the Gore Clan, and then I go to 1. So if he wants to be aggressive, he could have done that. And it's really interesting that he didn't do that, considering that he dropped the Boros Reckoner. Because I'm not going to block the Boros Reckoner, most likely. He would lose the Hellrider, but he'd take me to 1, but then he'd still have Boros Reckoner. Whatever he swings into with Boros Reckoner, he can just deal right back at me. He chooses to attack with Gore Clan and Boros. So I block. He redirects to kill my Tristani. So now, basically, I'm at 8. I've got Restoration Angel. I've got Centaur Healer. So he can swing in and take me to 5. And if I block and block, then I go to 2. He drops Stromkirk. Swings in. So instead of that, I double block there. Go to 3. Barrow Rites the Angel. So at this point, if he does the math, I'm tapped out. I'm tapped out. If he does the math, he swings with everything and does 3 off the top. If I let the Reckoner through, I'm dead. So I have to block it. If I block it, I'm still dead because he redirects the 3 back at me. But instead of attacking with everything, he just attacks with the Reckoner. So I just take the damage. And then if you look at my graveyard, I have Unburial Rites and a second Angel to basically put the game out of reach. So he makes a critical misplay that he actually could have won the match at this point. So I just go again, and now it's pretty frivolous to attack like it is. You just do 2 off the top. He's just continuing to draw blanks. And at this point now I can hard cast my Angel. Wrath is bored. I leave an Angel back in case he has Traitorous Blood, but he just concedes. So let's go back and watch the third game. So he's on the play. This is not where I want to be in this matchup, round 3. I'd love to be on the play round 3 because even on the play, it's not a good matchup in general. But he's on the play, so I am behind from round 1. He mulls to 6. I keep this hand, like, this is like one of the most ideal hands I could have, like in this matchup, because I can go Overgrown, Temple, Centaur Healer. Like, that's basically how I go. Or I go Temple Garden, Woodland Cemetery, Grizzly Salvage. Basically, I'm casting Centaur Healer turn 3. Let's see what I do. Yeah, Temple Garden. He is a Droll Strongkirk, obviously no second land. So, Woodland. Salvage. Correct play, take the Sun Petal, drop a Centaur. I choose to keep my Centaur and take 1 additional point of damage, knowing that I can drop a second Centaur and double block the next turn if I need to. Again, the game plan being trying to remove as many creatures as possible and be efficient with my stuff. Now I'm just over the top when I draw the Thragtusk. So basically, every turn out from turn 3 I gain life this game. I mean, he does build a board here. He goes Burning Tree when he hits his second land into Flinthoof, which is a little scary. But it took him many turns. I mean, I'm on turn 6, so it took him till turn 6 to hit his second land drop. It's still a little scary with this kind of board presence, knowing that, stop here. I do have the Sever in the yard, so I don't know if he was aware of that considering some of the next plays he makes. He drops Lightning Mauler. Another happy card to see. But rather than risk, I do that main step there, mainly because I don't want him to Syrian Spear in response. I want to maximize the Tusk as much as possible in terms of the life gain. Second Boros. Now see, I have the Sever in the yard, so I choose to Abrupt Decay, and now I choose to Sever the Boros because that's really the only way he could do damage to me. Continue to beat it in the air. I have the Vault out, and then he just concedes. And that's round 2. Stay tuned to the rest of the event to see how everything turns out.